Hey everyone. Wow, it's been a long time since I made a video, especially about piano. And so I wanted to do one today because some things have changed and I wanted to tell you all about them. Number one is, I think I made a video about this, but a few months ago, I hurt my hand and my wrist and while I was playing the piano. And it was really depressing because I thought, oh my gosh, now this is like my thing that I'm doing that I enjoy, and now I can't. And so I took a couple weeks off, and it got better, and everything's fine now. So that's good. That was good news. You'll have to excuse me. I have not showered. I have to go to work today. And so I'm kind of cranking out a video before I do that and before I have to get ready. And but I wanted to tell you, so yesterday I had my first piano lesson since college. And it took me a while to find a teacher and a studio. And I'm not sure, I guess I was just sort of half-hearted when I was first looking. I was asking like word of mouth, and sometimes you get those continuing education pamphlets in the mail, and I was like, that's not exactly what I want. They would have piano instruction. It wasn't like I wanted something a little more involved. And I'm sorry this is crooked. The first time I set it up, let's try that. The first time I set it up, my phone popped out of the tripod, and because this is resting on the keys, up the high keys, and then flipped off. But so yesterday I had my first lesson, and wow, it was unbelievable. Let me tell you first, so when I first got there, because this is a studio and they provide a lot of lessons, they have a lot of instructors and a lot of lessons for kids. So I knew this was that there was a chance that this would happen. So I love this tea, by the way. This isn't a product endorsement, but this is Twinings. It's like a lemon ginger. It's so good. All right. So I get in there, and my lesson was at 2. And I arrive, and there's no reception area. It's just like a waiting area. And you go in, and so as I was opening the door, I hear a piano being played, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So I was like, oh my gosh, they're kids, having their lessons. So I knew this could happen. And so when I get in the waiting room, it's moms and kids all waiting. And by the way, it was my first lesson, but it was also the first day of school in our area. And so these kids, first day of school, and then boom, piano lessons right after. I remember the days, my kids never did music lessons, but we did sports right after school. And it is it's quite a schedule to jump right back into, and but anyway, so I'm sitting there, and then my instructor arrived, and she was great. Oh my gosh. First of all, she's getting her PhD in piano. She said she practices 5 or 6 hours every morning. I'm like, oh my gosh. So sitting at a piano, and we start talking, and she asked me to play something. Well, she picked something for me to play. And of course, she picked the thing that I've played it. I made a YouTube video about it. It has this, they're called ornaments. We have to play 11 notes in a very short period of time between other notes. And I still can't, I've been working on this for like over a year. I still can't get it right. So I had talked about that, but of course she picked that one. And it was fine because you don't want to like sit down and then have something be perfect because you want instruction. You don't want to be perfect. And there's no way you can be, because an instructor is going to see areas where you can improve. So I played that for her. I was so nervous. I mean, you try to get in the zone, but I was just like, and then I had to restart, and then she left the room. She had to get some form, and then she came back, and by then, like, I was able to like play most of it. And when we finished, she said, okay, this is what I want you to do. It was radical, to be honest. So she said, you need to, when you're learning something, you need to, the first time you see the music, you need to look at it and then transfer it from your mind to the keyboard. Kind of like memorizing. She said it's a way to really learn things more quickly, but also she said, and this is exactly what I do. She goes, when you just rely on muscle memory, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. If there's a period of time where you haven't played it, you're going to lose it. She said, don't feel bad. This is what a lot of people do. They memorize things, they're looking at the music, and then they go by muscle memory. You have to like incorporate your mind into it. It was so radical to me. So she said, you need to just study a little section at a time and learn it and practice that and translate it to your fingers. I mean, it's going to be hard. I have to tell you, it's because it's a completely different way of approaching learning music. But she said, I promise you, if you do it that way, when you sit down, you will not be, first of all, I am glued to the music because I'm not following the notes so much as like just all the inflections and everything, but I need it as, it's kind of like a security blanket, really. So she said, what you need to, I promise you, if you can do this, you will be able to, in your mind, have it all worked out and memorized, and then you will be able to play the piece. So we worked on that a little bit, and I now have my assignments. So I wanted to show you what I brought. Now, this is a library book that my good friend Jill sent me, a library bag, and it's perfect for my piano music too. So I used it yesterday. I felt very proper coming in, and now I have a little assignment book, and she wrote notes in here on what I'm supposed to do the first week, and then she gave me some exercises to do, which I will show you. And it's interesting because I have, I'm just going to bring out the whole pack. I brought some of the music that I play and showed her that, so she was able to work with that. Is this it? No. Where is it? This one? Oh, it's this one. So this is a book I brought, and I got it when I was in college. Have my dorm on there, 304 West Hall. And she told me that first page, this is what I'm going to be working on. One section at a time. She's like, you need to just, of course, this first one's going to be really easy. Look at it, study it, see the pattern, see where the notes start, and then play it without looking at the music. So I am going to be working on that all week, and we will see what happens. Actually, 2 weeks, because next Monday is Labor Day, so I don't have a lesson. So I have 2 weeks before my next lesson. So that's one thing that I'm going to work on. So getting that set up. And then next thing is, she asked me what I wanted to work on, and we both agreed that it might be better to rather than relearn something that I've already learned by muscle memory, to start with something brand new so that I can approach it in the way that she's suggesting. And she told me that when she did not learn how to play music and learn music this way. But when she got to college, her professor, who is, I looked him up, he's a Russian pianist who, you know, very well known. And she said that he completely transformed her, and now she's teaching this as well. So I like this teacher already so much. So she picked, it's called Sick Doll. It sounds kind of like, ooh, but it's by, I think it's by Tchaikovsky. I'm going to have to look it up. Sick Doll, The Sick Doll. And this is one of the books that I brought that I had used, my whole family used it. My siblings, there's like little red stars on it and my mom and I used it. So this is it. It's called The Sick Doll by Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky. See, listen to me, Tchaikovsky. It's Tchaikovsky. All right, and I'm only to learn to practice sections 1 and 2, at least for now. She said if you can do those and you want to work on the others, you have to just visually turn them into sections. So that's my assignment. I'm very excited, except it's not just like coming to the piano and banging out songs, which I tend to like to do because it's a stress reliever. But, you know, this is a different approach and I'm very excited. So just wanted to give you an update. Hope everybody's doing well. I am, and I'm excited to, like at the beginning of the school year, even though, you know, our kids are almost out of that mode, but you still think, all right, end of the summer, let's start everything new. And so that's why I'm excited. So, all right, well, I will check in again to show you my progress. But right now, I'm going to get to work and start practicing.